Hello, welcome back. Myself Preeti Sushil, and I am back with a new video, and it's on the second part of cyclotron. In my previous video, I have told you about what is cyclotron and some of its basic principle. In this video, I'm going to explain you about the theory, working, and the kinetic energy of accelerated ion. So, what is cyclotron? It is a device which is used to accelerate the charged particle to a higher energy. Charged particle means like alpha particle, proton, etc. So what will you write in theory? I am going to explain in this video. So let us suppose a charged particle. See, suppose this is a particle and it has a charge q and it has mass m. It enters between the gap of the two d's, and its velocity is perpendicular to magnetic field. Okay, its velocity is perpendicular to magnetic field. See, magnetic field is inside the plane of paper and velocity is perpendicular to it. Okay, so as you know that magnetic field does not change the kinetic energy of the particle. It does not alter the kinetic energy. It only deals with the direction in which the moving particle will move. Okay, it deals only with the motion of direction of the charged particle. So this magnetic field, what it do, it just rotate, it just move this charged particle in a circular motion. Okay, so now the work done by this magnetic field is same as that of centripetal force. So eventually this magnetic force on charge q should be equal to the centripetal force on charge q. Okay, so what is magnetic force? Q will be sine 90 degree. Sine 90 because it v cross b is 90 degree. The angle between velocity and magnetic field is 90 degree. So this is equal to centripetal force mv square by r. So from here we get the equation for radius of charged particle, that is mv upon qb. Okay, now the period of revolution of the charged particle. Okay, so this is equal to circumference upon speed. So circumference, this is circumference, the circumference of this d's. Okay, so what is it? It is 2 pi r by velocity v. Okay, so when you will equate this, it will be equal to 2 pi m upon qb. Now frequency is 1 upon time period, so it will be qb upon 2 pi m, and this frequency is called the cyclotron frequency or magnetic resonance frequency. Okay, so this was about the theory. Now the main part, that is working. So I'm going to explain you the working, so kindly please listen it properly. So this proton, it gets generated between the gap of the two d's. Okay, are you getting? Now what happened, this as these two d's are connected to a high frequency alternating voltage, so its polarity changes within a second. Okay, millisecond actually. So what happens, at first this d1 is negative and this d2 is positive. So when this charged particle is generated, it finds this d1 to be negative and d2 to be positive. Okay, so as this is positively charged, so it will attract towards d1. Now how this attract? See, this is negatively charged plate and this is positively charged plate. So a electric field is created. Now this electric field accelerate this charged particle towards d1. Okay, now as this accelerate this charged particle towards d1, this charged particle just move in this d1. Okay, now when this electron enters this d1, now no electric field is now applied, only now the work comes of magnetic field. Now what this magnetic field do, it doesn't alter the kinetic energy, it doesn't accelerate the kinetic energy, it only gives direction of motion of this charged particle. So what this magnetic field do, it just rotate this charged particle in a circular motion. Okay, now when this electron reach at the periphery, this get accelerated outward. Now when this electron come in the electric field, now again the polarity is changed. See, this polarity is very high, this alternating voltage is very high, so polarity changes within milliseconds. So and it is set up in that way that as this electron come in this electric field, the polarity changes. Now this d2 becomes negative and d1 becomes positive. Now again this electric field just throw this charged particle into d2. Now this charged particle will cover a radius larger than as before. Now how this happens? See, this happens because of this. See, we have calculated the radius, see, mv upon qv. Now as this velocity is increased, the radius is also increased. Now how velocity is increased? See, when this charged particle came from this generated from this gap, see, once it was accelerated, okay, its energy was its kinetic energy was increased. See, when this come out, again this was accelerated. Now this, after this acceleration, the kinetic energy will be higher than before, so this velocity will be greater than as before. And see, as velocity is increased, the radius is also increased. See, now again when this come out, again this enters this d3, then magnetic field again rotates it in a circular motion, and in this manner it completes the whole cycle. Now when this charged particle come near the periphery of the d, means near the circumference, it is accelerated in the outward direction. Okay, now the kinetic energy of the accelerated ion. See, if v naught is the maximum velocity, now the velocity attained by the charged ion near the periphery or near the circumference is v naught, and r naught be the radius of the d's. See, if it covers the whole circumference and the whole circumference of the d's, and the radius of the d is r naught, so m v naught square upon r naught is equal to q v naught b up b. Okay, so v naught, from here we find the velocity of the charged ion, of the accelerated ion, sorry. So the maximum kinetic energy is half mv square, so we put this value of v naught here, and this is the equation for maximum kinetic energy. Okay, thank you so much. If you like the video, then please subscribe.